Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today I've decided to take some content with the walk-in. The walk-in is basically a rental designer boutique, so you can rent all of their amazing designer pieces, including this Jill Sander oversized t-shirt. It's so cool. My sister and I were just like staring at it like, I just want it for myself. Like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to send this back. It's edgy and it's on trend, so I really wanted to match my makeup with it, but I also wanted to make this tutorial for you guys because I feel like since we're all stuck at home in this 6-week lockdown, it might be a good time to work on your skill. So I've broken this tutorial step by step. I've used some high-end products and I've used some super affordable products. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing that we're going to do is get into some skincare. Now, we're all locked inside at home and the heaters are blasting. So your skin tends to get a little bit more dry around this time of the year. So to nourish my skin, I'm actually going to go ahead and use the Dermalogica Ultra Calming Serum. This one just comes in a little bottle and I'm just going to squirt a little out on my hands and use the warmth of my fingertips to warm up the product. And then I'm going to go ahead and rub that into my skin. Now, I am someone that does keep up quite a lengthy skincare process before I go to bed, but I'm just going to touch on the basics today. So whenever I am about to do my makeup, I really make sure that my skin is properly hydrated so that I have a nice smooth surface ready for makeup. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is take an eye cream as well. Everyone always says to me, why does my concealer crack? Why does my concealer crack? It cracks because you're not properly prepping your under eye. So what I actually like to use at the moment is the Mariella Skin Intense Eye Cream. And I'm just going to take that on my fingers as well, warm up the product. And then I'm going to massage that into my under eye. I love the smell of these products. They're beautiful, they're really nice, high quality. And I like to take it a little around this area too to keep that nice and hydrated. So last night I used a couple of sprays of my Spray Oz Tan Mist and I did a really light layer of the Deep Dark Spray Oz Mousse. I just wanted to keep it really neutral, but also wanted to feel a little bit more alive because I just feel like I'm super pasty at the moment. Okay, so let's get into the eyes. So the first product that I'm going to use is the Hourglass Concealer and I'm just going to run that over my eyelids. So I'm just going to take that over my eye. Now, the reason why I like to use a concealer before I apply my eyeshadow is to get a really nice sticky surface and a base for my eyeshadow to stick to. It also covers any pigment of color that may pop through that skin around the eyes. When your eyes are feeling a little bit more red or a little bit more purpley, this can help cover that. The next thing that I'm going to do is fill in my brows. So I'm just going to take the Napoleon Perdis Mocha brow pencil. We're slowly going to fill in by replicating hairs in an upward motion to make it look as natural as possible. And then I just use a spoolie end just to comb up the brows to see if there's any places that I may have missed. So for eyes today, I'm going to take the Nudes of New York by Maybelline, which just has some really nice earthy tone colors, which I feel like a lot of people would really like. And we're going to start off by taking Explorer and Creator together, and we're going to mix them into my socket to build a really nice color. So once we've built up that really nice socket line, I'm just going to dip into Self Starter and I'm just going to work that onto the outsides to get a really nice defined chocolate brown. And now with a flat shader brush, I'm just going to dip into Creator and I'm just going to press that over this area here. Now it's time to add a little definition to the eye, so I'm going to take the Classic Pencil by Charlotte Tilbury and run that over my lash line. Super easy for beginners because we're just going to follow that natural lash line and then use a little more dense brush and just blend it in. Now, the reason I like to do my eyes first is so I can let everything drop onto the face and then clean it up after so it looks really nice and clean without fallout. So I'm going to apply my Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift Mascara and I'm just going to take that close to the lash bed and wriggle up. This is just going to help me get the most volume with my lashes out of the product. And now I'm just going to use a small makeup wipe to clean up this area here. Now, if you want to keep it super simple, you don't have to apply lashes, so you can skip this step, but I am someone who really loves them, so I'm going to apply them anyway. For lashes, I'm going to take the Amelia lashes by Nikkia Joy. Okay, now that I'm done putting on those lashes, let's get straight into my face. So the most common mistake people make when they do their makeup is actually that they don't apply any primer underneath. Primer is one of the biggest, most important steps in doing your makeup anytime you put any foundation on. So today I'm going to prime my face using the Veil Primer by Hourglass. Now, I understand that this one is not a drugstore, but it is so worth the money. It is incredible. It makes my foundation last so much longer on my skin. It really improves the texture of my skin as well, so I don't get that really bumpy kind of cracky look to my makeup. And I generally apply my creams using my hands to my face. I never, ever, 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 ever apply my foundation with my hands. No. Sorry, that was harsh. For foundation today, I'm going to take the affordable Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This one is in the shade Soft Beige, and I'm going to mix it in with a little bit more of a darker shade as well. So I'm going to firstly start by applying my foundation in the center of the face and then working it down. Now, once I'm happy with the coverage, I just kind of stipple the brush into my face to make sure that I have a nice even surface. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is apply some concealer. So I'm going to take the Shape Tape Tarte concealer in the shade Light to Medium, and I'm just going to apply that in the very inner corner and then outer corner of my eyes. Now, the reason why I do this is to lift the inner corner, get rid of any dark circles, and then I do it this way to lift my eye up a little more and make it look a little bit more awake. Just using a beauty sponge. I just like to take a bit of foundation and go over any areas that I feel like may dry to have a little bit more of a harsh line. I just take my foundation brush over really gently. Okay, now it's time to set all that together. So I'm going to take my Huda Beauty in the shade Cupcake, and it's a translucent powder. I'm going to try not to get it all over me, and I'm going to dip my beauty sponge into that, and then we're going to create a really nice layer of powder. Now, a little trick I like to do to create a really flawless base is actually take a more translucent powder, which is this one here. This is the Veil by Hourglass. Dip my beauty sponge into that and actually take that all around my face. I just take it really gently over the forehead because most people's forehead tends to be a little bit more drier when they're applying makeup, so I just don't want to apply too much because I don't want it to get cracky or cakey. Okay, now it's time for the fun drugstore products. I've actually picked up the City Bronzer by Maybelline. This is in the shade Deep Cool 300, so I'm just going to take that around my face. Guys, for some reason my camera stopped recording on me, which is so annoying, but I've actually just taken a little bit of that first shadow that we popped through the socket underneath my eye. So I did that using a little bullet brush, and what I did was just go straight into Explorer, which is this shade right here, and I've just applied that onto the bottom lashes, and I've just kind of blended it outwards like this. I'm going over and blending it, which is fine. And then applied a little bit more mascara on the bottom and a little bit of that highlight in the inner corner. For my cheeks today, I'm using the Maybelline Cheek Heat in the shade Coral. And we're just going to take that on a little fluffy brush, like this one here. And I'm just going to apply that on top of the cheeks. This is a great technique for those that really like a flushed, fresh cheek, because you just pat it and stipple it into the skin. Now, once we're happy with that desired amount, I'm going to go ahead and highlight the rest of my face. So I'm going to take the Master Chrome highlighter number 100 from Maybelline. So just taking that on a fan fluffy brush buzzer weaver. And just applying that to the tops of my cheekbones to give me a little more dimension on the cheek. And then we're going to run it down the bridge of the nose as well. And a little on the chin if you do want to look super glowy. Now, just before we finish, I'm just going to take a little bit of that bronzer on a fluffy brush and just run it down the sides of my nose just to give me a little more definition in photos. Now, this outfit today is a little bit more edgy and definitely on trend, and I'm loving brown lips at the moment. I feel like that 90s glam is really coming back. So I'm going to take Sweet Tea by Morphe, which is just a cool tone brown. Line and overdraw the lips slightly, just to give me a little bit more definition. Now for lipstick, I'm going to pair it with Glazed from Fenty Beauty and just pop that in the center and blend it out. This is so creamy and has just added the tiniest bit of warmth to that lip liner, and I love it. Now to set that all together, I'm just going to take the Veil Soft Focus by Hourglass, set my foundation. Well, you guys, that's the end of the video. I really wanted to keep my makeup light to medium on my skin today, so it was super achievable for you guys to really create at home. I know a lot of people really like that light, fresh kind of glam, especially when we do come out of this lockdown. We will have some hopefully warmer weather, so it is nice to have a little bit more fresh skin around that time as well. And I wanted to keep my eyes a little bit more matte, but a little bit edgy to go with this outfit, because I feel like this is a little bit edgier, but definitely on trend. So I can't wait to go and take some photos with it as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Sending big kisses, sending my love and light to all the Victorians that are stuck at home during this time. We'll get through it and we'll come out the other side. See you guys.